Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sneha and today I'm recreating the look I had in the Infinity Glass video, and also when I posted it on Instagram, a lot of you guys had asked me to recreate it. So here we go. I'm starting with Primed Eyelids and I've used the Viziad eye primer for that. And for this look I'd used most of the shades from the Mcgrath Mothership 3 Subversive palette. But that palette lacks transition shades, so I went into my ColourPop single eyeshadows. So I'm using Bel Air and Note to Self, just dipping into both of these eyeshadows and using that as my transition shade. And then gradually building up the intensity till I'm happy with the color payoff. I'm using the Wayne Goss brush number 16 for this step. Next, to blend it towards the brow bone, I'm using this lighter shade, again from ColourPop. This is the shade Locked and Loaded, and I'm just using this to buff out the edges of the transition shades. So just feel free to use any neutral eyeshadows for these steps. I'm sure you have something similar in your collection. Next, we're going to use the Pat McGrath palette, and I'm going in with the shade Deep Shade, which is this neutral dark brown shade. And I'm going to apply this on the outer corner of my eye, so the outer V, and also take it into the socket or the crease of my eye. I'm using Wayne Goss brush number 17 here. Again, keeping the edges quite soft and blended with the previous eyeshadows. And I'm again taking that brown shade on the lower lash line, switching to a smaller brush. I'm using a tiny crease brush by Hakuhodo. I'm going to put up the number on the screen right now, but it really doesn't have anything on the brush handle. So once we have that, I'm going into the star of this look, which is a stunning duochrome with a blue to pinky lavender kind of a shift. It's absolutely beautiful, especially when applied damp or wet. So to get the intensity and also to minimize fallout, I'm going to use a mixing medium. This is by MAC Cosmetics. Again, I'm using a Hakuhodo brush without any brush number, but I will pop it on the screen right now. So just taking a drop of the MAC mixing medium, dipping my brush into it, and then going into the eyeshadow pan. And that creates a really nice, almost like a cream effect of the eyeshadow. So I'm going to apply this almost like a cut crease all over my eyelid, taking it 3/4 of the way and leaving the outer 1/3 empty or bare where we already have the dark brown eyeshadow. So as you can see, I'm just gradually building up the eyeshadow for getting more intensity. Then I'm going into the shade Extreme Black from the Pat McGrath palette, which is a stunning black eyeshadow. And I'm going to use that on the outer corner of the eye, just applying it along the lash line, just on the outer corner, as you can see here. And then blending whatever's remaining on the brush on the outer corner of the bottom lash line. And then again, just blending everything so it's a soft look. Let's just add some definition to the outer corner of the eye. And lastly, I'm going into the shade which looks white from one angle, but as you move it, you can see pink tones to it. So again, it's a duochrome shade with a ton of shimmer. So it's called Astral Ghost Orchid. Using a MAC 219, which was from one of the old holiday sets. And again, using it damp with the MAC mixing medium. And I'm going to run this along my lower lash line from the inner corner to about halfway along the bottom lash line, and then blending it with the existing brown and black tones on the lower lash line. And then on my top and bottom waterline, I'm applying what has become my favorite eye kohl, which is by Pat McGrath, and it's the Permagel Ultra Glide Eye Pencil, and it's in the shade Extreme Black. So just running it on my waterline, and you can see how intense and pigmented this particular pencil is, and it stays put like that all day long. And then I'm just applying the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara to my bottom lashes, and then applying the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Volume 2 to my top lashes. On my lips, I already have a layer of the Danessa Myricks Color Fix in the shade Rose Royal, so I'm just going to add another layer to make it slightly more intense. And then for my cheeks, I mixed a couple of Tarte blushes, and this palette is a couple of holiday sets old, so I'm not sure if you can still find it. But the shades I've used are Crave and Dazzle, so I've just mixed them and used those. As my highlighter, I'm just intensifying the Mira highlighter by Dose of Colors that I have on my cheekbones. And that's it. That is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and just feel free to use any shades that you have similar. The Pat McGrath blue shade that I have on my lid is quite glittery, so just replace it maybe with some glittery eyeshadows that you have already in your collection. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the new year. Bye!
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me.